Hi, I'm Melvin Trinidad.
I'm Kiaha Kurek.
And we're crossing the street to our new restaurant,
Hapa Barkada.
It's Flippin' Aloha.
Okay, what is good? How are y'all doing this evening?
How are you?
I'm doing great.
All right.
It's been some time since we seen you last there, Chef Melvin. How have you been?
Good. Last time you saw me, I was popping up at Kiaha's food cart, Hapa Howie's. And now we are at our future home, Hapa Barkada, here at TPK Brewing.
How did this all come about? This is a big step, I feel like, since I seen you last.
This is a big step. I started a Filipino pop-up in 2017. Very successful. Pandemic hit, so kind of put it on the back burner. But then I met Kiki through my best friend. They started dating, and then they got married. I was the only one who knew they were going to get married that quickly. I saw it in their eyes, true love. So with the package of her marrying my best friend, she got me as a best friend.
Yeah, I inherited Melvin as part of the marriage, which I'm thrilled about, actually. It just happened to be that my husband's best friend was a chef, and I happen to be one as well. So I opened up my first food truck, Hapa Howie's, in 2019. Grew to a couple other locations in Tigard and Northeast Portland. And after meeting Melvin, we decided this is something we wanted to do long term together. And why not do it as best friends? Why not share what we love with each other?
And Hapa Howie's, how did that name come about?
Hapa Howie's is a play on words. So Hapa Howley is the actual word. And that means like a mix of being Hawaiian, a mix of being white, because in Hawaii you don't really have just straight up Native Hawaiians. And Howie is my grandfather, who happens to be Howley. So I named it after him. Hapa meaning mixed, and then Howie for my grandfather.
And Barkada in Filipino means best friends. So that was always my philosophy on how I cooked. When you eat with me, when I cook for you, I treat you like my best friend. I treat you like Kiki. I treat you like we've known each other since kindergarten. That's how I want my food to make people feel. And when this opportunity came about, I mean, Hawaiian and Filipino food are so complementary already. Right. We hate to use the word fusion. That's the F word. We don't use the F word. So if anybody has a better word for fusion, we like to say complementary.
I like complementary.
Right. We're not going to be doing some weird mishmash when it doesn't need to be. Mm-hmm. It's going to be great Hawaiian food. It's going to be great Filipino food. And it's going to be great Hawaiian Filipino food.
And from what I understand, there's going to be a mix of activities even in the bar here as well.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so there's going to be quite a few things you can do. There's going to be some board games you can play, some gaming rooms in the back. The entire point of TPK is based around gaming. It actually means total party kill. So while you're enjoying food, you can also go and have a beer with their brewery, or get a drink, or play a game. It gives you the option to choose between just having cuisine or entertaining yourself.
Multi-level as well, I believe.
Yeah, they're putting a new second level here. So like Kiki said, TPK approached me on social media and say, hey, I see you've been popping up. Do you want a permanent home? And I was like, yeah, but I don't know how to run a business, so let me go get a businesswoman. So it's been great. TPK is like us. They're best friends on the precipice of their dreams, and they're just going to go for it now. And that's what we're doing. So the opportunity they're giving us is very special.
So we understand that there's going to be some food here as well. Why don't you give us a little explanation on what we might find on the menu here? Is that what we're going to talk about?
Yeah.
All right. What can we find on the menu here?
Well, it's going to be a combination of our favorite items that we love to make, whether it's at Melvin's Pop-Ups or at my food truck, but a lot of it's going to be based around our fried chicken and some of our favorite appetizers.
Yeah, we're going to be home of island fried chicken, I like to call it. I like to do an adobo fried chicken, where it's a traditional style braise of chicken in soy sauce, vinegar, and spices. But then I dredge it and I deep fry it, and I get some crispy fried chicken adobo.
And then for me, it's going to be my mochiko chicken. It's a family recipe, a little mix of mochiko rice flour, some oyster sauce, dredged as well, and then fried crispy with a little bit of sweetness to it.
You noticed there was a fireplace inside there too.
Yeah, there's a wood-fired oven here. This was the former home of the original Mount Tabor Bakery, and we are inheriting that wood-fired oven. And we are going to use that bad boy. We're going to do some roasted Filipino fried chicken. We're going to do roasted chicken. Chicken inasal. It's chicken braised in ginger, garlic, and spices. And then we're going to roast it in a wood-fired oven so it's nice and juicy.
Another thing we're going to use the oven for is the kalua pig. We wrap that in luau leaves or banana leaves, a little bit of Hawaiian salt, let it sit there low and slow for hours on end. But I figure a little bit of that scent going around the restaurant will just be an added touch.
Are you guys going to be working side by side in the kitchen, or is it?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both, yeah.
So I am going to be leaving my food truck to do this 24/7. This will be my baby. My entire focus is on here.
We have a baby.
Yes, we have a baby. We have a baby. But Melvin will also be coming in to help me every chance that he can get his days off when he's got extra time, because this is also his baby as well. So there will be times where we're working together, especially for special events, major things that we want to do, but also just in between when we happen to be crossing paths at the same time in the restaurant.
Right. Yeah, we definitely want it to be a collaboration. But to begin, we want to highlight what got us here, our specialties. So we're not gonna, like I said, we're not gonna fusion anything. We don't have to, but we'll do combinations. So I can see my Filipino food pairing perfectly well with a Hawaiian mixed plate. A Hawaiian mixed plate is meat, rice, and mac salad. With the rice, we can do my signature green rice, chimichurri rice, or our garlic rice, or the delicious steamed white rice. So in that case, we were combining our food, but not fusing the food.
We're still staying true to the roots of the recipes that we've grown up with, so that it's food that people from where we are from would recognize. But it's also going to be something that's welcoming to the Pacific Northwest, so it encourages others to try it. The great thing about Hawaiian and Filipino food is that they really are so complementary that even in Hawaii, it's very common to have a mixed plate with Filipino food and Hawaiian food side by side.
How's the response been? I know that it's still in the works here, it looks like, of course, but from what people you've talked to about what you're doing, what's the response been?
The response has been amazing. In my last couple of pop-ups that I've done, they get really excited. You're finally getting a place. You're finally getting a place. Yeah, I'm finally getting a place. I have the right opportunity, the right place, and the right business partner.
Same from my side as well. Being in the food truck and having to step away, anytime I have my regulars, they're asking what's a new project, what I'm going to be doing, and I say it's a brick and mortar, and they're thrilled, because it means instead of just getting me in a small amount of time with one fixed menu, they get to have me throughout the week and also add on some awesome Filipino food. Melvin's actually done quite a few pop-ups in my truck and done his Filipino food there as well, so we definitely have a following so far that is just thrilled that they're able to get our food.
They don't even have walls yet. I'm going to ask a question that's a little fast forwarded, but any cool events that you've already kind of brainstormed possibly?
We definitely want to bring back my original Kamayan dinners, where we have a communal eating experience with banana covered leaves and put all the food on the table and everybody eats with their hands. And it's also like a luau.
It's very similar to a luau. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that and then adding some of our Hawaiian dishes to it. Although for mine, they might have to use something other than their hands, possibly. But it'll be exciting to see that kind of mixture of Filipino culture with Hawaiian culture for those dinners.
And we also plan on partnering with TPK. They are a role-playing focused programming, I guess what they're trying to say. So they're going to have themed campaigns, like Dungeons and Dragons, and our food will be centered around their campaign. So if they have dinner, their camp has dinner, it'll be our food. So that'll be great because we love themes. That was part of the deal. Like you've got to cook Dungeons and Dragons themed food. Like
we're
all
thrilled.
right,
They're
yeah,
like,
let's go.
That's awesome.
Let's
Whole
go.
pig,
yeah,
half a chicken. We're in.
Do either of you, or have either of you played Dungeons and Dragons?
I have, but it was a very long time ago. I did enjoy it at the time, but then I ended up moving more into cosplay, so falling into this group here has been relatively easy.
I played it in elementary school. My dungeon master was so I kept dying. I'm like, what is going on here? Don't do this at home. You're not supposed to bully people anymore. but I took his book in our carpool van and threw it out the window. I died 5 times that afternoon. I couldn't take it anymore. That's the last time I played Dungeons and Dragons.
For being a lifetime Portlander, this really does sound like it fits our city and it fits our needs very specifically for a lot of different things. And it's located right here on the corner of 51st and Hawthorne. So nice fit for the neighborhood, it seems, as well. So congratulations. Yep. I'm really excited to see when this...
Yeah, we love it. Like you said, because we're pushing Filipino food forward. We're pushing Hawaiian food forward. Another genre group, gaming group gets a place to hang out, but it's also a regular pub. It's a regular Hawaiian Filipino kitchen. Everybody's welcome. TPK is an LGBTQ BIPOC owned craft brewery. They're starting this year, so we're proud to push them forward. This place is just about pushing everybody forward and welcoming everybody.
Is here that's going to be the kitchen. You're standing in the deep fryer, it sounds like, at the moment.
Oh, no, this is the deep fryer.
This is the deep fryer. This is the deep fryer. I'd be getting clean here at the dishwasher, the dish pit. That's where Bartek will be.
That's his job. As best friend and husband, he's our dish boy.
So under construction, we're going to have our stoves here, deep fryers. TPK was nice enough to outfit this kitchen to be modern, to push out our menu, be very convenient. We're getting super oven. Can you talk about what super oven does?
So the super oven is incredible. I saw it at the Northwest Food Expo, and literally as soon as I saw it, I'm like texting Melvin photos. I'm like, we need this. We need this oven. It has 6 different parts of it that can all be controlled differently, whether you're steaming something, baking something, roasting something, and they're all completely enclosed.
Where's this thing going to be at?
That is going to be, I think, actually right over here.
Right over here?
Possibly, yeah. They're moving around, but it's like she said, we can knock out our big menu in a small space because of super oven.
We're definitely thrilled about it. It's been a super collaborative experience to be able to go through the equipment that we love and that, we're really honored to be able to have here in this kitchen. And that TPK was so awesome about letting us kind of look through it and taking input and advice on the kind of things that we really wanted to work with. So that was just like a dream come true.
Yeah, they've been very collaborative.
Super big space as well, too. So some of the other areas here that we might...
They said, when they pitched it to me, they said, you're going to be in a 10 by 10 kitchen and you want a business partner. I'm like, yeah. I love her, so we can stand each other, so let's do it.
You've worked out of a food truck, too, so
Yeah,
10 by 10 sounds great, yeah.
We've done the food truck together a couple of times, and so we know what it's like to be right up in each other's space. This is very normal for us, and as far as we're concerned, there's no egos or weirdness when we're in the kitchen. When we're in the kitchen, we're cooking. That's what we love to do. So having this space for me is this is huge.
So this is the fireplace too that we're saying you're going to use for the wood roasting oven. It smells fantastic. And
so this is the side of it where you load up the wood.
Wow. And did the bakery use this as well?
Well, yes, the bakery used it.
They used the wood fire there? Yeah.
But now it's under construction, but this is the front of it. So this is going to be facing the dining room.
Oh, what? Sneak peek for the viewers.
So we're going to have chicken, pork, just roasting away in there. It's going to be a great visual. Something super unique. Wood-fired Hawaiian and Filipino food inside a craft brewery. I mean, that screams Portland, but it also screams unique.
It smells great in here. It does smell like the ambience of burnt firewood, and I know that that's under construction, but beautiful space. Look at this.
Yes, they're putting the second floor. That's what made it work for them to have more seating. Works for us, more people to feed.
How big does the dining room how many?
So there's gonna be a bar against there.
Okay.
So there's going to be a bar over here. They are most likely going to do a full bar, which is awesome. Along with that, on this side, we're going to have a small little island where we can do some plating and people can see what the food looks like, get excited for it. And then the rest of this is just all seating. And there's also going to be some outdoor seating as well so that people can enjoy, currently the beautiful Portland weather.
So we'll be cooking in the back, but we will have a space here where we'll be public facing because me and Kiki B love people. We wouldn't do this if we'd be tucked away in a kitchen. We need to see people eat our food and enjoy our food and, get that feeling of love and ohana and Barkada.
Yeah.
Film them or whatever, yeah. Oh, this is where it's going to lead upstairs?
Yeah, there's going to be a second floor.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And that can be rented for private events, I think, where we would do our Kamayan dinners. But also the regular dining room too, because we hope to fill the thing up. We hope it's all full all the time.
This is dope, Melvin. This is really exciting.
I mean, yeah, this is as unique as it gets. An amazing opportunity because TPK has been so collaborative and welcoming. They've been great every step of the way.
This is amazing, dude.
How did y'all get connected with TPK?
Oh, TPK just reached out to me on Instagram.
So TPK did what my husband did and slid into his DMs.
Yeah.
That is how TPK got a hold of him.
Yeah. I'm like, they never even had my food, but they liked how it looked. They liked how unique it was because it was Filipino food, but a special take on Filipino food. So then we had a sit-down meeting. I'm like, yes, I want to do this. Let me get a business partner. But it wasn't until we had a handshake agreement, but it wasn't until like 2 months later I had a pop-up and he actually finally tasted my food for the first time. And then he's like, yes, this is great. Thank God that it's as good as it looked. Because they love our food. They've been to they come around to the truck, to the pop-up, and just to get that confirmation bias that it's still amazing.
Elliot Kaplan, the CEO of TPK.
I am Dana Ebert, the creative director of TPK.
So TPK has a big involvement here. Your names have come up quite a few times now at this point in the program. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the involvement and maybe how, through your eyes, how this all came together?
Yeah, so TPK is a tabletop gaming focused brewery. So we'll be brewing all of the beer on site just behind us in the old Tabor Bread building. And then we'll have staff game masters who are pairing original content for games like Dungeons and Dragons with that beer. And then we met Melvin first actually through a pop-up over at Culmination Brewing. And then he introduced us to Kiaha and the rest is history on that front.
Yep.
So one of the examples that was given was a pairing of a beer for a specific game. How about at least one great example of a crowd favorite?
An example? Yeah, so we're going to have full-time game masters on staff running games, and our flagship experience is going to be an ongoing campaign in an original setting. And the way that we're tying things in is our campaign takes place in 3-month chapters that our players will be able to subscribe to. And during each of those chapters, we will have 2 tie-in beers based on the locations, characters, or storylines that we write. One example is that in the first chapter, which people will see if they start playing with us in October, ideally, yeah. In the setting, there's a town where the earth around it is desiccated, and all the food that grows there grows withered and bitter. And so a lot of the cuisine in this area features prominent like preserving, lots of use in alcohols or other kinds of things. And so Jess, our brewer, came up with a recipe for a spiced cherry stout that is going to match with that, and when we launch that will hopefully be available.
And speaking of beers, how many beers are we launching with?
So we'll have 6 core beers that are on tap all the time, and then we'll be rotating through 2 that match the story. And then we'll also have cider, non-alcoholic options available.
I understand that there's going to be actually in a brewery on site, right?
There will be a 7-barrel brew house. You'll come in, be able to see it right behind the bar. It's beautiful, copper clad, currently in a warehouse, just waiting for construction to be ready.
Yeah, and our gaming area in the mezzanine level that we're adding actually overlooks the brewery. So you'll be able to sit up there, play your game, and see these very cool copper monstrosities.
Excited.
And get good aromas from the kitchen.
And get good aromas from the kitchen.
Aromas from the kitchen.
Might even be able to hear Melvin and Kiaha from up there.
Probably.
Yeah. We talk to each other. We talk to ourselves a lot. That's the one thing we've had to get used to when we're just cooking in a closed space. I'm talking to myself, and she's like, "What? No, I'm talking to me."
Well, the neighborhood's excited to have you. I think it's a great fit. Congratulations once again to everybody. I'm excited to see everybody working together. If there's one thing that our program likes to see is community collaborations, if you will, and looks like a great example of just that. Friends and business all in once in a fantastic neighborhood. So congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.